So this morning I've been awake since 3 o'clock in the morning and I am dressed and ready to go because today I have market day. And I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about a potential other tangent that we might be going on uh, at this channel. And that is probably, as you guys have guessed, based on the last few videos that we have done, we're going to be heading down probably a book journey. Don't worry, there's still going to be packing orders and market vlogs and things like that, but I've decided to add a little bit of book talk to the channel, at least for the time being, and we will see how it goes. Last night, I went out to dinner with Eric, and we finished dinner with about an hour left before the bookstore that is across the street closed. And so, of course, your girl went into the bookstore and picked up close to $90 worth of books that I wasn't expecting to pick up. Now, as you guys know, you've already seen my TBR in that box that we looked at before, where I had kept all of those books that I triaged out from my book haul in Gatineau that I thought, okay, maybe I will start to read as I try this annotation process. You've also seen that I have two books by Terry Miles, the first one of which is Rabbits, and I think the second one is, if I'm not mistaken, The Quiet Room. And basically, I have started Rabbits and I have started the annotation process, but I'm in book mode again after years and years of being sort of out of the book game, and I just couldn't help myself. I had to go to the bookstore, and so I picked up 4 more books, which I'm going to show you guys right now. So the first book that I picked up, which I actually started last night, is a copy of The Princess Bride by William Goldman. And of course, you guys know that this is a classic fantasy story. You may have even seen the film, Fred Savage, Carrie Elwes, and Robin Wright, and of course, Mandy Patinkin, and so many others. So basically, I have never read the book. If I'm honest with you, I started the book reading the introduction. There are 2 introductions. There's a 30th anniversary introduction, and it's followed by the 25th anniversary introduction. So what they did was, on the 25th anniversary, they put an introduction to a special edition of this book. And then on the 30th anniversary, they just added another introduction to it with some different writing. But honestly, it's really boring. I skipped through it. I'm probably not going to read it. I was just in a hurry to sort of get to the story, which I haven't made it to yet because I only picked up the book last night, read a couple of pages, totally fell asleep. Let me know if that ever happens to you. And then I'm like, you know what? I better just come back to this book when I'm rested. However, today is going to be market day, and I can't really be taking the book to market or reading the book at market because that is going to look awful and it's going to look disengaged. And basically, I'm going to have to come back to this book at some time later in the week and pick it up again. Now, I don't know if I'm going to bother annotating this book or not. I guess I'll just see how I feel. But for now, I'm just trying to go through it. Also, when I went to the cache, I want to give an honorable mention to the child who designed this bookmark, because they're just pieces of paper bookmarks printed on like some printer paper. But these were given away for free at the cache, and the cashier had a whole stack of them that were given by Sunshine Academy at the Lester B. Pearson School Board. So if you are watching and if you designed this bookmark, I chose your bookmark and I brought it home. Okay, so there is that. Then the next book that I bought was off a recommendation. Here's the receipt. The next book that I bought was actually based off the recommendation of a booktuber called Library of a Viking. I will leave his information down below for you guys. And the reason that I picked up this book, Jade City by Fonda Lee, is because this booktuber, who has a Scandinavian name that I don't dare trying to pronounce on camera, basically the reason that I follow him is because one of his favorite authors happens to be also my favorite author, which, if you guys have been around for even a minute, you will know is Robin Hobb. And he highly praises a couple of her series, which is the Farseer trilogy and the Live Ship Traders trilogy, in many of his videos. So I figured that, without getting too much into that, I did watch a few of his videos, and I decided that since he and I seem to have pretty similar tastes, and we also hold Robin Hobb in an extremely similar esteem, I decided that I would try one of his recommendations. And having found this book at the bookstore, I picked it up because I think that I trust his opinion and I will just give it a try. So I will let you guys know how this goes. Probably we will do a vlog on each of the books that I'm reading. Maybe not The Princess Bride, but I will try and give you guys a reading vlog on this one. Let you guys know how I'm progressing with all of that. Will this turn into a booktuber channel? Who knows? I don't know. I never know what I'm going to give you guys. So I make my apologies up front for the messiness that is this life. But I'm definitely going to be held accountable to reading because I also need content for the channel. So there we have it. So the third book that I picked up, I actually just picked up because I liked the cover. So for no other reason than the fact that I judged a book by its cover. I saw the cover. This is actually the first of two books that I picked up just by judging the cover. But this one I picked up, it's called The Pomegranate Gates by Ariel Kaplan. And I've never heard of the author and I've never heard of the book. So let me know in the comments, you guys, if you have heard about this book or this author. I picked it up because I thought the cover art was just so beautiful. And I don't know, I was standing in the fantasy section and it was way at the bottom of the shelf. And I don't know, just something about it, just maybe it was the colors or the vibe. I don't know what it was, or something because it had to do with pomegranates. Who knows? By the way, pomegranates, one of the most annoying fruit to eat in life ever. But I have this book right now. And then I picked it up and I read the back of it, which basically says Toba Perez can speak but not shout, sleep but not dream. She can write with both hands at once in different languages, but she keeps her talents hidden at her grandparents' behest. Naftali Kreskes. Now, that's when I stopped. I'm like, Naphtali. I'm like, that's a Hebrew name. Naphtali is like, if I'm not mistaken, one of the 12 tribes of Israel, right? So then I'm like, sees things that aren't real and dreams things that are, always made to feel like the family disappointment. Naphtali would still risk his life to honor his father's last wishes. After the queen demands every Jew, and I'm like, whoa, this book is talking about Jews. That's all I needed. I just picked it up. I was like, that book's coming home with me. I need to read about that. Absolutely. But I'll read you the rest of it. But it says, so after the queen demands every Jew after the queen demands every Jew convert or face banishment, Toba, which normally would have been Tova if it was Jewish, meaning like the feminine form of good. So I'm kind of confused as to why that's being said as Toba. But then again, maybe not, because it's Perez. The last name is Perez, P-E-R-E-S. So if it is a Latin last name, then very often the B and V sounds will get mixed up when someone is speaking Spanish. So it would kind of make sense that Tova would transliterate it as Toba. So I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. And also, if you read or speak Hebrew, you will know that the bet or the vet, depending on where the vowel is, actually does make both sounds, even though it's the same letter. So I'll try and put it across the screen for you guys so you can see the shape of the letter, because my name in Hebrew, because Zahava is the feminine form of gold. I don't know if I ever mentioned that on this channel, but you know that now. So if I write my name with the Hebrew letters Zayin, Hey, Vet, Hey, then if it had like certain vowels on it, or if it had like a dot in the middle, it would be pronounced, instead of a V, it would be pronounced as a B. I hope that makes sense. So I kind of understand like why Tova would be written Toba, or why the character would be called Toba if it's Toba Perez. But anyway, I don't know this author. It's just thoughts that I'm having, that I'm speculating out loud to you guys. But anyway, it says, Toba and Naphtali are among thousands of Jews who flee their homes. Like, isn't that the story of the entire Jewish culture? Like, totally, that's our history, right? Just running away from persecutors. Defying royal orders to abandon all possessions, Toba keeps an amulet she must never take off. Naphtali smuggles a centuries-old book he's forbidden to read. But the Inquisition, it's giving all of Jewish history, like always being told that we had to hide our religion or practice in secret. It's giving Hanukkah, right? Like, it's totally, I'm already enthralled, okay? Naphtali smuggles a centuries-old book he's forbidden to read, but the Inquisition is hunting these particular treasures. And they're not hunting alone. To survive, Toba and Naphtali must enter the mirror realm of the Mazik. You'll excuse me because I'm pronouncing these words, by the way, with a Hebrew inflection, just because I have elementary school Hebrew. I have a little bit of Hebrew, and these words like pronounced to me in my brain as if they were Hebrew. So instead of saying, like, I can't read the word mazik and not say it mazik, if that makes sense to anyone who speaks Hebrew in the audience. Like, I can't say mazik or mazik, or it comes out as mazik in my head. Okay, it's just like the way that an Israeli would say it. Okay, mythical, terrible immortals with an inquisition of their own, equally cruel and even more powerful. Their fates are tied to this strange place, and it's up to them to save it. So I took this book home. I took it home. I picked it up because of the cover, because I thought the cover was just absolutely stunning. But I'm going to give you some feedback on this one too. I really hope it's good. Like, as soon as I brought it home, as soon as I scanned it at the cash, I was like, I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit scared. But I'm going to try it, and I will let you guys know how it goes. All right? And so the last one, it's going to be a short video today, but like the last one is this one here, which is Remarkably Bright Creatures. New York Times bestseller. It is a novel. It is also a little outside of my bailiwick. So I do not generally read regular sort of mainstream fiction. I'm usually into a genre or subgenres. I know we've spoken about that before on the channel, but this one here, I don't know, something about the cover. And then I think, after doing some research on YouTube and seeing what other people thought of the book, and by the way, I just want you guys to know that I flipped it open to like a random page, and it looked like it was being written by the point of view of the octopus. And I said, whoa, that is super interesting. So then I went home, like after I bought the book, and I went home and I started looking on YouTube to see like other people's reviews or whatever of this book. Apparently a portion of this book, of course, is told by the point of view of the octopus, but this book has had like amazing reviews. And then it occurs to me that maybe at some point in my past, I may have heard about this book or something, but in any case, it was really fleeting. But this was sitting on the bestseller shelf at Indigo. So I picked it up, and I gotta say, like, it doesn't look like super interesting. The back of the book doesn't really say much in terms of the plot line, but it does have a lot of really good reviews. So if you've read this book, don't spoil it for me, please, but let me know how you've liked it or what you thought about it, or if I made a good choice or not. Basically for this or any of the novels that I picked up that I'm going to be reading and maybe reporting back to you guys on. And yeah, I mean, we're just going to sort of be on the book journey for a little while right now. So that's about that. And then I don't know where the rest of this video is going. I don't know if we're ending here or if we're going to be adding some order packaging or what we're going to be doing. But also, please make sure to like this video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this kind of content. I have an English Lit degree, so commenting on books and doing book reviews is kind of like, you know, what I'm good at. So hopefully you guys will like what you see here. And also, what do you think of the glasses? Is it a yay or nay? Let me know. Okay, see ya.